In three, two, one. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. I'm your host, 34, and tonight we have Barry from Green Tea Studios in the building. How you doing tonight, Barry?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. For you and for the folks out there who may be unfamiliar with the flow of the show, we typically do a quick warm up. After the warm up, we'll jump into an icebreaker. After the icebreaker, we'll turn to the wheel of fate, where we'll spin the wheel, whichever number it lands on. That's how the conversation will kind of flow. And after all that, we'll finish out with some closeout questions. Sound good to you, Barry?
Beautiful.
For sure, man. Well, before we jump into the warm up, I just kind of want to ask you, how you been? Been doing well? You've been doing great. How you been lately, man?
Doing great. Yeah, just experiencing life day by day right now. Got a lot of cool things in the works, so just trying to be present in the moment, but everything is fantastic.
For sure. I got you. How's your New Year's resolutions going? I don't know if you had any, but you feel like you're still on track on those?
I don't really have New Year's resolutions. It's kind of just like continuing the momentum from last year. I don't think I had much to resolve this year,
Got you.
which was nice. I think just like understanding the long-term goals and vision is the same as it was last year. So just continuing with that and making sure I'm staying on that same path right now is the goal.
I can dig it, man. I like how you put that. I have nothing to resolve.
Yeah.
But I feel you. I feel you. All right, man. Well, let's jump into the warm up. My first question for you in the warm up is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
That I love music more than anything in the whole world. Like I set out on this journey with my business partner to make it easier for artists to make music in a great recording studio in a great space, and we do it all for the love of music. Honestly, we love it. So yeah, I love music.
Gotcha, man. And when did you fall in love with music?
Oh my God, since the beginning, man.
Who was
I was
there with
really
you?
young.
Or like, yeah, what artist was cultivating your taste and or just like inspiring you?
My parents split when I was really little, so my mom was playing Michael Jackson at the crib, and my dad was playing like a mixture of like Eminem, 50 Cent, Marvin Gaye. So like my hands were, a little bit in all the different cookie jars. So I was listening to everything. That's kind of got
Dig
me
it.
to where I am now. Yeah.
For sure. And my apologies. I had forgotten to turn on my camera, so that's why I just
Oh, you're good.
I popped out of nowhere for you.
Oh, you're good. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So, no, you're good.
For sure. And so for your you talking about a project that you started on. Is it the studio you're talking about? The Green Tea Studios? Like with your
Yeah.
How long has that been going on for you?
We started the studio back in 2017, like shortly after I moved here. I met Yoni. I had some experience in studios from my time in college. And yeah, we've been just grinding it out since then. It's been great.
Any special reason why y'all chose Green Tea as a name?
That's funny. Yoni's Instagram handle, my business partner, his Instagram handle was Yoni Green Tea from a friend of his on the soccer team he was at in high school. And people just like referred to him as like a super zen guy. And so we didn't even discuss the name of the studio. We were just both like Green Tea Studios, and we never had an argument about it. But it's kind of just like based off the zen vibe, like that we don't have anything extra that you don't need in the studio.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just simple. It's clean.
That definitely it catches my attention, man. I see green tea, that makes me feel some type of way, makes me feel relaxed. And I don't know, it's a vibe, and I love the name. So
thank you.
That's what's
Appreciate
up.
it. That's cool.
All right, dog. All right, my next question for you in the warm up is, if I were to do something in your honor, a way to express the energy you possess, what sort of act could I do?
Can you say that again?
I know, I got you. If I were to do something in your honor, a way to express the energy you possess, what sort of act could I do? The way I frame this is like, let's say you move to a different country and your family and friends are missing you, and they it's your birthday, and maybe they want to just do something in your honor, what sort of thing they could do?
Probably put in a good album and just be like, this is something Barry would like to listen to. Honestly, like it's pretty simple. I don't know. I'd probably give them my top 10 albums and tell them to listen to a few of them, run it back, and have a good time.
If I know this is a hard question, but if you just have one off the top of your head, what album would that be? You don't have to give me all 10, just one.
Probably Take Care by Drake, realistically.
Ooh, okay.
That's probably the number one on my list.
For sure. I gotcha. For sure. Now we know what we could do for you.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny.
And then my last question for you in the warm-up is the graphics here. But here we go. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself, man?
I'd probably say not so high. Probably like 3 or 4. I think like every day is self-discovery. Like you got to really, really dive deep. And I don't know how much time I spend on that diving deep. I probably can spend more time and know myself better, but I think we all can. I think like that's the whole point of life outside of music industry, outside of social media, is like finding out who you are and what your purpose is. So I don't know. It's a good question. Probably on the lower scale out of 10, probably on some real shit. Like,
yeah.
There's gonna be people on here that say, "Yeah, I know myself."
More often than not.
Yeah.
But I like how you have that awareness of yourself. When's the last time you might have surprised yourself where something came up and you had to step up and you're like, oh shit, that's me, or I can do that, I didn't know about me? When's the last time you kind of surprised yourself?
I had a kid this year. So that's
congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't think I was gonna step into it as well as I have, and I'm pretty happy about it. So I'm doing good, which was surprising, but yeah, I just didn't know how I was gonna react to like not sleeping and shit.
Dude,
and so I'm proud of myself for how I've handled that. Honestly, I think it's the first time I've said that out loud too. That's very nice. Honestly, that feels good. That's awesome.
I'm honored you sharing it with me, man.
Sure.
No, I think fatherhood, I don't know if, or parenthood in general, right? Like for men and women, it's something that we always feel like, oh, we want to plan it. We want to make sure it's the right time, and it never really quite is. And yeah, something on the back of my head. I don't like, you know, we try to be prepared for parenthood, but we never truly are. What do you think, you know, aside from losing sleep, you feel like is I wouldn't say a fear, but kind of would make you feel anxious about fatherhood, if you don't mind sharing?
Just like falling back on personal stuff. I feel like a lot of people, and I would say this is what it changed me. We're really, really selfish. And when you have to care about someone more than you, like you learn that your shit's not as important as everything that you thought it was before. So like you kind of learn how to prioritize not just your kid, but like the other people around you, and it becomes much more of a fulfilling life, I think, is what I'm looking to say there. So
I gotcha. For sure, boss. I think at this point we can move on to the icebreaker portion.
Oh, that's hard. That was tight.
You missed out on the first graphic, which was like when I said the warm up, there's like flames and stuff. But yeah,
this is well put together. I love this. This is awesome.
I appreciate it, man.
I got you, bro.
So for the icebreaker, you have a choice between doing a this or that or a word association. Which way you feel like flowing today?
This or that sounds fun.
Okay, I got you. So you have 34 seconds to go through as many as you can. Just know at the end of the 34 seconds, I'll dig a little deeper in a couple of your answers, right?
Sure.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, vacation or staycation?
Staycation.
Morning or night?
Afternoon.
Underestimated or overestimated?
Overestimated.
Time machine or magic wand?
Magic wand.
Sort by price or sort by rating?
Price. Oh no, wait, rating. I changed my mind.
Group hangout or one-on-one hangout?
Group.
See the future or change the past?
Be present.
Got you.
That's why you said time machine or magic wand. Like, what am I gonna do with the time machine?
Oh yeah, it's very similar. So for this one, I want to ask you about. You said underestimated, overestimated. Why did your mind go towards over?
Overestimating something. You know what? I'd probably change that now that it's not speed. I'd say underestimating, and I'll tell you why. Just for an example, me and my boy went to a Coldplay concert, and like I just remember like reading how unbelievable it was, and then I read this one bad review, and I was like, I'm gonna go based on that review, because if I go into it thinking that the show is gonna suck, it's gonna make the show 10 times better. And I just think like not getting your hopes up or dreaming big about things, but not having any bar for like what you're about to experience. Again, being present, super important, because if you're sitting there contemplating and like, is this going to be great or is it going to be shit? Like, you're already putting too many things into your mind about what you're about to do. So it's like super important to just not rate at all to begin with, probably. But yeah.
No, I hear you. I
don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I was just talking to my partner about this. She was, I could watch a trailer for a movie or read reviews about a movie when she's more like, oh, I don't want to know anything about it, so it'll affect her judgment. But for me, it's like if I see bad reviews or it makes my expectations a little lower. So even if it is a bad movie, but I watch it and I enjoy it, I'm like,
you
wow,
already knew. Yeah,
it was way better than the expectation that I had, and it makes me enjoy it a little bit more. So I hear you on that. And then the other one was, I said night or morning. You did the thinking outside of the box version, and you said afternoon. Why did afternoon come up for you?
I just love that time of the day. I like that, like 1:30 to 4:30. Like, I feel like my energy's like peaking during that time.
Yeah.
People talk about like early morning workouts or like late night workouts is like the best time to work out. Like, I'm like peaking creatively. I'm doing the best in the afternoon, like just historically. So for my personal preference, it's neither. Like, before a kid, I'd probably say morning though, just being honest. Yeah, so.
I hear you. Yeah, since I wouldn't know for myself, but maybe that changes for me because I am a morning person more so.
I was.
Yeah. But priorities, right? Priorities.
Yeah.
And yeah, something you mentioned about that earlier about like, sacrificing, I wouldn't call it sacrificing, but just changing priorities and how you working on your own goals and also being a father too. That's something that brings me a lot of, I don't say anxiety, but it does make me think about, am I ready for fatherhood if I am so like focused on trying to make my dreams come true? I almost feel like having a kid would mean that if I'm doing that, I'm taking away from them. And, that's where I feel like I'm in that middle ground, undecided crowd,
I just say like you just have to be a lot smarter with your time. Like, that's really like I don't scroll on Instagram anymore, for example. Like, I don't have 25 minutes of my day to be just like mindlessly scrolling. Like, I have to be, if she's napping, I'm grinding, right? Like right now I'm at home because my wife's becoming a doctor. So like most of the day I'm home from like 9 till 3 and then I'm back over here. But like every single second that she's doesn't need me is like, I'm not screwing around. Like, and like I would never go back to the way it was before. Like, absolutely not. Like I can't even imagine it. Like it's the best thing ever. Like, it really is. Like, so.
No, I can imagine, time just becomes more efficient, right? Or yeah. I definitely still waste a lot of time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine you had this thing you always had to take care of, how you would spend your time. If anything, I'm getting closer to my goals because of it. So it's interesting. Yeah.
Hear that, man. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
All right, dog. Well, we made it past the warm-up, made it past the icebreaker. We finally made it to Wheel of Fate.
Oh, shit.
I'll give the wheel a spin, and whichever number it lands on, we'll go ahead and attack that question. Just as a reminder, if there's any question that's too deep or too personal, something you don't want to talk about, feel free to pass.
Sure.
Keep it moving. First number is number 5.
All right.
Number 5 is, well, what do you want to become? Like, you're on your journey, or you have some goals ahead of you. What kind of person do you want to become as you reach your goal?
I just want to continue to be a person that wants to keep getting greater. That's really all. Like, very Kobe mentality.
Gotcha.
Like, I just want to continue wanting to get better every day. I want to continue to wake up and be better than I was the day before. The second I stop like being like that, it's like it's over to me. You know what I mean? So it's not what I want to be in like 10 years from now. It's what I want to continue to be doing. I feel like I wake up every morning, I'm like, how can I outdo what I did yesterday? I want to just make sure I continue to act and think like that. That's the only way.
Gotcha. How would you say you were better today than yesterday?
I feel like I breathed more today, for sure. You know, exercised more patience, for sure.
For sure. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel like you're great now? Or are you still not feeling that you're there?
Not even close. Yeah, I'm not even close.
For sure. Is there anyone that you kind of see as, I wouldn't call it standard, but you see as great, and you're like that, you know, aside from Kobe, R.I.P. But yeah, is there anyone you feel like that's what you're striving to not be, but you know, it inspires you to keep reaching for greatness?
I'd probably say my grandfather. He passed away. He was an incredible person, just like really amazing. So
within since you know you mentioned your grandfather, within your roots, would you say the person you are is more so, would you say you're more like your mom or your dad?
definitely a blend of the two.
Sure. What would you say is, which one thing you got from each?
I think I got the heart of my dad. I got the tenacity of my mom, for sure. My mom is ruthless, bro. She wants to get something done, it gets done. Like, that's how I am too. Like, she says she wants something to happen and she makes it happen. It's pretty crazy.
Do you think you've ever had a conversation about that with them? Like, you know, I can see that I got this from you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I have the softness of my dad, for sure. Just like, he sometimes cares too much about people. And my mom sometimes will, she'll run through a wall to get what she needs to get done. That's how I am. So I definitely, there's no question that's where I got that from. It's not, yeah. So
I hear that, man. You know, same with me. I think from my pops, it's a creative kind of side, and from my mom's, it's feeling of she was like a preschool teacher, and I'm kind of in the same realm of like working with
no way.
Yeah.
My mom too, bro. Yeah. At one point.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
No, I got you. Yeah. So getting that, like, wanting to not, I feel like, guide the youth or, you know, be there for them. I've got that from my mom. So blending both has been, I guess, for a lot of us, is something that, you know, think about. I hear you, dog. So let's give the wheel another spin. Got to pop it up. This one, you went from number 5 to number 17. And for you, what has been a missed opportunity? Feel free to pass if it's.
I just don't know if there is any. Like, I
got you.
As you've seen, like, I'm a very just like whatever goes down, like very like I'm a business hippie. Like, I just don't very business centric guy, but very like what it's all supposed to. I don't see any missed opportunities in life. I think the whole thing's an opportunity. So I don't know if that's the right answer you were looking for, but
I mean, it's I'm not looking for any particular answer, man. Just like how you know, take in the question and provide the answer, for sure, for sure. Is there? I guess if everything, so you see everything as an opportunity, or am I saying that right?
I just think like you wake up, like you gotta make today, you know, like that's the opportunity. You gotta be alive. It's kind of swag to be a person. Like it's very, very difficult to like wake up and you're a human. Like you could have just been a fucking plant like this, you know what I mean? Like you get the chance to do shit. That's the opportunity. I don't think like, oh, I almost worked at Warner. Like that's like the opportunity. Like
Gotcha.
I don't view it as that. I feel like that's just part of the routine, you know?
No, for sure, for sure. I think I gotta get better at that.
Yeah, I just think the big picture is like we don't really have control over anything, so it's like everything's I don't know. I'm getting deep here.
Hey, this is what this show is all about, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I hear you. I think for me, it's I'm still battling with that. I don't know if I'm at a point where I feel like things all make sense. I understand the big picture, and it's definitely whenever I'm at my lowest, I try to keep my eyes on the big picture of this is way bigger than I am. Yeah, like you said, things are out of our control a lot of the time, and that helps. Nah, as I feel like there's another question I had, but it's loading away. I'll give the wheel.
Sure.
From 5:17 to 20. This one is, how do you express yourself? I think maybe the easy answer might be music. So I want to ask, like, if there's any other ways aside from music you express yourself.
Let's skip this one because I don't know what the answer is.
I got you. I got you. Yeah. Well, you mind talking about music a little bit, or as
I mean, yeah, it was obviously just gonna be through like my personality really shows in what I listen to. I feel like so. I was gonna say like.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
If well, kind of in lieu of that, what would you, if you had 3 musical acts that you would want to see played together, even though they might have never have before, which ones would you want to find? If this singer, this rapper, this producer, get on a track.
Okay. Damn. I want Quincy Jones to produce a Mac Miller. Quincy Jones, Mac Miller, producer. You said producer, artist, and what was the last part?
A singer.
Damn. I'm trying to think of like a female vocalist that would complement that record, but it's escaping me. Fuck.
I got you.
That's a crazy question, dude.
Dude, I love this question because it does allow me to kind of get to know my guests, musical preferences, but also see what kind of combinations they have in their mind. I hope one day, and this might be bad for like real artists, but if AI, I can like just plug in this producer.
Oh my god, that's sick. Yeah, that's sick. No, that's cool. Yeah, I'd probably say like Mac Miller, Bon Iver, and Quincy Jones would be tight.
Oh,
Bon Iver's self-titled album is actually my favorite album, but that's not like what I'd want people to jam out to. Just going back to your initial question.
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't think I've only heard Bon Iver on like certain songs. I'm gonna have to check out the album, man.
You should definitely listen to that album. It's unreal, like unreal. If you smoke, hit a blunt and then listen to that. Yeah. It's
how can you tell? No. I got you. I will definitely take that advice from you, man.
Take the note. Yeah.
No, like I don't think I hear Mac Miller a lot, but Mac for sure has a special place in my heart. One of those artists I grew up with. And it was to even hear his songs now, like I don't know if you still have it in your rotation as constantly as I do, and I can't help but tear up because I keep thinking
I miss him. I met him at the airport once too. So
for real? Yeah.
He was so cool. He was just so cool. Yeah.
I love it when artists feel real through their music, and there's like this connection sometimes.
Yeah, it was the same person that you heard talking to you in the music. It was like and you met the real. And I met him. It was awesome. Once in a lifetime. Yeah, it was cool.
I have a lot of moments where I'm listening to a song, not just for Mac, but even for other artists, and I hear some bars, and I'm like, me and this person could be really good friends if I could just meet them.
Me and Mac would have been buddies for sure.
Hear that, man?
Yeah.
Let me give Dylan the next spin. Got number 30, which is, do you have a story that no one believes? Try to tell it, and then people are like, nah, that's impossible, or nah, that couldn't happen.
The Mac Miller story. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
Have you met any other artists?
I have a picture with him, so like it doesn't,
Yeah. There's proof.
There's proof.
Has there been any other artists that you've been able to meet in real life?
I met Kendrick.
Oh, snap.
But I bought a VIP ticket to like the Good Kid, Mad City tour. It was like $30 extra.
Oh, I know.
And I was like, my mom bought me the ticket for graduating. Like I drove to Indiana to go see him, and then like the upsale at the front door was like $50 or $40 or 30. I don't remember. Meet Kendrick. I was like, meet Kendrick? Of course I'm gonna meet Kendrick. Like what? Like $50 to meet Kendrick? Of course.
I'm down.
He was also exactly what you'd think. That was like such a different era. It's not the same Kendrick now, but
yeah. It was like, I feel like maybe back then he was a little more open, like being able
quiet. No, he didn't
he's
say
quiet.
Quiet.
Heard. Yeah, see, what do I know?
He was so quiet, yeah, but he was cool.
I did a similar thing with Chance the Rapper. He was coming out like acid rap and stuff. Yeah, he was going for that. And yeah, I had my 30 seconds of like, hey, how you doing? I love your music. Big fan. Take a picture. So it was very brief, but I don't know. I like maybe in your life you have more encounters or opportunities for encounters. I always get nervous. I always get like, I don't want to bother them. They're like a person. I'm not gonna go up there and be like, oh, tell them how much I love them.
Mac was really young when I met him. He was doing the Best Day Ever tour.
Oh, wow.
He was walking by himself at the airport at O'Hare. I was listening to Kids on my iPod with the orange string, and I went up to him. I was like, God, you're Mac Miller. He's like, dude, what? And I was like, it was like 7 a.m. He was going to Detroit for his next show. And he took pictures with me and all 4 of my little brothers, like individually, and it was just like such a nice thing for him to do. And he just had a like really genuine smile. My mom was like, who is this, one of your friends? Like, why are you like, shut up, it's Mac Miller. And he was like, no, it's okay. She doesn't know yet. And I was like,
did she ever like see him again in bigger sense, like, oh, that was the kid from Airport?
I mean, yeah, she understood like a few years later, because like Ariana Grande and and she was like, didn't we meet that guy? And I was like, yeah. Sure, Ma.
Still got that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Did she take a picture with him or nah?
No, she didn't. She was trying to get to our gauge. She was like rushing us.
I got you.
Bye, boys.
Giving the wheel another spin for you.
Let's do it.
At number 21, which is well, I know in my invite there's a question that says, what's one word that describes you? This one is 5 words that describe you, and you could use a sentence if you'd like, boom, instead of 5 separate words.
Family, vibes, music, love, yeah, and God, yeah.
Would you consider yourself spiritual or religious or
both?
Oh, so what do you think happens after all this, if you don't mind me asking?
That question I don't have an answer for, my friend. I have no clue. I mean, hopefully something good, right?
Yeah. Any you come across any miracles or like something that you felt like, and that could not have happened if it wasn't something out there kind of?
I think every day is a miracle, but I think watching my kid come to the world was the craziest shit ever, for sure. If you don't believe in God after watching that, you're a liar. That's what I'll say. It's some crazy shit, dude. Literally, life comes from life. It's wild. You just don't get it till you see it. Like, and I'm not like being one of those dads like, well, you don't understand until you have a kid. Like, you really it's overwhelmingly a miracle. It's crazy.
Dude, I agree with you. I don't
it's
think
overwhelmingly a miracle. It's like not even close for it to not be. That's my point. It's like it's very obviously that, you know.
Were you in the room or you were in the waiting room?
Of course. I was holding her hand the whole time, yeah.
Ooh, gotcha. Yeah, I think I'd have to do the same.
Yeah, you will. You will when the time's right.
Was that day long? Like, or was it like?
No.
Oh.
It's pretty quick. For first time, it was really really smooth, honestly.
Were you somewhere else when you got the call, or with your partner at the time?
It was 1 a.m. on Friday night when her water broke.
Ooh.
Crazy.
Oh,
it was awesome. It all went smooth, thank God. So.
Gotcha, man. Is there a place for you that it doesn't have to be a church or a temple, but a place for you that almost feels that spirituality other level kind of feel? It just the vibe, the energy is just
Joshua Tree.
Gotcha. Been there once or twice in my life. This was back in my college days. But yeah, nah, I hear you. Joshua Tree is definitely a place. Have you been recently, or I guess not.
I go once a year.
Oh, and I can see why. Not to you.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have those places in my life. I need to make more time for that.
It's a quick. We go to the middle of nowhere, Joshua Tree. Like we rent a yurt in the middle of nowhere.
Yurts are dope.
Climb mountains all day long, my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fire.
You think you'll bring your kid out there like the first year and continue that tradition, or it's gonna change a little bit?
She's really tiny right now. I don't know. I can't really. Yeah, I have no idea. It's a great question though. I have to think. I'm gonna have to think about that.
I mean, I definitely seen babies at Burning Man, so
that's crazy.
People,
that's not good parenting for sure.
To each their own, Like I get it. Luckily I didn't see them, people carrying their babies at night. It was more like a daytime thing. So, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Desert, like there's dirt flying all over the place. Like it's not that's maybe for like 5-year-olds. Definitely not like babies.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Have you been? Nah.
Not yet. I want to go.
It's an experience.
Right.
Once you go, you kind of want to go a couple more times because you can't fit everything.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You got number 15 for you, which is how have you gotten better over the year?
I think I said it earlier. I'm just more patient. Like I'm not in a rush to get to the destination. I'm just enjoying the journey.
Have you always had that kind of feeling?
When I moved here, I was like a squirrel, dude. Like I just wanted to get things done quick. Chop, 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 chop. I thought it was a fast game, but like, what am I rushing to? There's no rush.
Was there a moment that clicked for you, or
I think it was just over time. Like it's just an overtime thing that like you realize there's just more than enough time to enjoy yourself and work hard. So.
And you're originally from the Midwest?
From Chicago.
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, so yeah, Chance was the guy in Chicago for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, the rap game Derrick Rose, in my opinion, but yeah.
That's a good analogy.
Unfortunately.
I think I believe he can come back. I don't know if you've been listening to his recent little Lucy's here and there, but it makes me feel acid rap,
I think like it's so long ago now. Like, I feel like saying Derrick Rose could have an MVP season right now. Like, Could it happen? Sure. The rest of the league would have to be really bad. Like,
oh yeah, that I got you. I
you
think
know,
I think I'm biased because I met him, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm rooting
for
for
sure.
you.
No, listen, I love Chance. Dude. Like, I think that Acid Rap's top 5 best mixtape of all time. Like, actually,
Yeah.
there's my list of mixtapes is probably very skewed just because I'm from Chicago, but like everything after that was just kind of like and you're just like, okay, we got it. You can do that really well. So
Yeah. I hear that.
yeah.
I don't know. For me, I kind of feel like people jumped on the Chance train a little too late, or like his because Acid Rap was, I felt like, the one that was gonna propel him to like everybody knowing him. But it was Coloring Book, which I didn't think was like his best work at the time. But yeah, so I want to give a chance to my previous guest, and I think you're my new interview for the year.
Sick.
I gotta go back into. All right, here we go. Shout out to Davo. But Davo's question for you, man, is what would you say to your 4-year-old self?
40-year or 4-year-old self?
4-year-old self. Like, if you just saw your 4-year-old self, and what would you say to them?
Have fun, man. Just have fun. That's it. Like, it's all there is to it. Have a good time. Enjoy.
Ciao, man. And then my second to last question is, what would you like to ask the next guest on 34 Questions?
Damn. Dude, you're good at this, man. I'm not even gonna lie. You have some good. I've done a lot of interviews. These are pretty good questions here.
Appreciate that, man.
What would I ask the next person that's gonna be on your show? Damn, bro, you stumped me like 4 times.
I could come back to that later if you want.
I got it. Oof. What would stop you from, if you knew tomorrow wasn't guaranteed, what would you do today?
I got you.
Just gonna stump them too. I was thinking of a stumper.
we gotta dig deep, man, and then my last question for you, Barry. 100, 200, 300 years from now, our descendants are watching this video. I'd like to tell them,
have fun. Smile, love, be good. That's it. I would say that to anyone, man. Like, this shit's just too short to not enjoy it. Like, if you're not having fun, don't do it. Whatever you're doing, just stop doing it if you don't like it. You're gonna die at some point. Like, just enjoy it. That's what I'm saying. It'll be done. The lights go off, and then it's kaput.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a mantra of mine as well. Have fun. Any last things you'd like to add before we head out of here?
You're the man. I appreciate you having me. Like, this is a sick platform. Love what you're doing. It's definitely like really mind opening and super cool. So appreciate what you do, and shout out to everybody that watches this. Thank you for your time, and shout out to 34, man, legend.
I appreciate that, Barry. I want to thank you again for stopping by. I know you're a busy guy, so even just this amount of time with you, definitely an honor. I want to thank the folks out there. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, appreciate your time as well. Please remember to reach out, reach forward. As always, much love. We'll catch you guys next time.